Let's talk about homelessness. It's a big word, often reduced to images of people sleeping on the streets. But homelessness is more than that. It's about the lack of a safe, stable place to call home. It's about families crammed into shelters, veterans sleeping in their cars, and young people with nowhere to go. Homelessness is a complex issue, one that affects almost every city all over the world. It's easy to turn away, to think it's not our problem, but it is, because behind the statistics are real people, each with their own story, and those stories deserve to be heard. So, how do people become homeless? Well, it's rarely a single factor, it's usually a perfect storm of crap. Imagine this. You're already struggling to make rent, living paycheck to paycheck, then bam, you lose your job. Suddenly, that roof over your head feels very precarious. And it's not just job loss. Medical bills can bankrupt you. A family breakup can leave you with nowhere to go. The system is often working against those who are already vulnerable. Let's talk more about those curveballs life throws. We've mentioned job loss, but it's not always about being laid off. Sometimes it's about wages so low they can't keep up with the rising cost of living. It's about working multiple jobs and still not making ends meet. And then there are the unexpected disasters. A natural disaster can wipe out everything you own. A house fire can leave you homeless overnight. These are situations that can happen to anyone, and they often push people over the edge into homelessness. Here's another hard truth. Mental illness and disability play a significant role in homelessness. Now let's be clear, having a mental illness doesn't make you more likely to be homeless. But not having access to proper mental health care, that's a different story. Imagine struggling with depression, anxiety, or PTSD. It's hard enough to hold down a job, let alone navigate the complex bureaucracy of finding housing assistance. Add in the stigma surrounding mental health, and it's no wonder so many people fall through the cracks. The myth of the lazy homeless person, debunking stereotypes. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The stereotypes. We've all heard them. Homeless people are lazy. They choose to live on the streets. They're all drug addicts and alcoholics. Let me stop you right there. Those are dangerous and dehumanizing myths. The truth is, homelessness can happen to anyone. It affects people of all ages, races and backgrounds. And to paint an entire group of people with the same brush is not only inaccurate, it's downright cruel. It's time to ditch the stereotypes and see the human beings behind the labels. More than bricks and mortar, affordable housing as a solution. So how do we fix this? It's complicated, but it starts with acknowledging that homelessness is a systemic issue, not a personal failing. And one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle, affordable housing. We're talking about housing that people can actually afford on minimum wage, not luxury condos marketed as affordable. We need to invest in building more low-income housing, protect existing affordable units, and implement policies that prevent people from losing their homes in the first place. A helping hand, mental health support and social services, but it's not just about putting a roof over someone's head. We also need to address the underlying issues that contribute to homelessness. Mental health support is crucial. We need more accessible and affordable mental health care, addiction treatment programs, and support services to help people get back on their feet. This also means investing in job training programs, educational opportunities, and wraparound services that provide a safety net for those in need. It's about giving people the tools and support they need to rebuild their lives. Changing the narrative, empathy over apathy. But here's the thing, none of this will work without a shift in societal attitudes. We need to stop judging and start listening. We need to see the humanity in every person, regardless of their housing status. It's about challenging our own biases and prejudices. It's about having empathy for those who are struggling and understanding that anyone could find themselves in a similar situation. It's about choosing compassion over indifference. What can you do? Small actions, big impact. Now, you might be thinking, this is all well and good, but what can I do? Plenty. You can volunteer at a local homeless shelter, donate to organizations fighting homelessness, and educate yourself on the issue. Even small actions can make a difference. Next time you see someone asking for money on the street, offer them a bottle of water or a granola bar. Have a conversation with them, listen to their story. Treat them with the dignity and respect that every human being deserves. A shared responsibility, building a future where everyone has a home. Homelessness is a complex issue, but it's not insurmountable. It requires a collective effort from individuals, communities, and policymakers. We need to invest in long-term solutions, challenge our own biases, and treat everyone with compassion. Let's work together to create a future where everyone has a safe and affordable place to call home. A future where homelessness is not a reality, but a distant memory. It starts with each and every one of us. Please hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our latest content.